Hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Farm Sim 17. So today I have advanced time, 5 or 6 hours, something like that, just to get a few sprouts to pop up out of the dirt. Because I was asked by a couple of the viewers to have a look at a certain tool, or implement. Sorry, might as well use the proper vocabulary. And that particular implement is way the heck up here at the top of the field. Wow, it's a long walk. There we go. And I am speaking, of course, of the weeder. Yes, indeed. A completely new implement to Farm Sim 17. Here we have a fine example. This is the Einbach, and I'll show you here in the market because there's two different ones available. Now, because this is a brand new implement, and I've never used one or even so much as seen one before, do not consider what I'm about to tell you to be the absolute gospel truth, nor is it intended as a tutorial, in so much as it's just yet another experiment. Now, there are two of them. They vary greatly in price, and yet when you look at them you go, but gee, the really expensive one is only 9 meters. And the really cheap one is bigger. However, differences, well, so you can see weeders pull out weeds between small grown crops, improving the field state. Can only be used in the first growing stages of crops. You'll notice that doesn't change, but what does change is this, because this particular one has a built-in fert. So now, the way Giants reads, each fertilization stage needs to be done at a different growth stage. This one, however, the weeder is supposed to add a stage of fertilization, and the fertilizer on it adds a stage of fertilization. So whether you're getting two, a double bang for your buck, or not, I'm not 100% sure. We will have a look at this unit, but not at the moment. We're going to be looking at this guy, which, as you can see, doesn't have, the, I know what that is. Remember when you were a kid and you did the sweet potato plant thing experiment in school? That's what that is, sure. No, the fertilizers, and it doesn't have, well, something to do with grass and radishes, and perhaps someone trying to start a fire with a stick. So, yeah, a lot of features you'd really kind of like to have, I guess. But we're going with this one, so there it is. Yes, indeed. Now, let's get some important looky-loos at the fields first. First thing up is you can see, well, I did actually, oh, okay, there we go, that's why. This is the color of nothing. This is the color of barley. So, I have planted barley. But the important part is this. That. You can see this is at a one-stage growth below the other two fields. Here's the important stuff. Fertilization. Both of these are at stage 2. This one is at stage 2, except where the weeder is already gone. It's now at stage 3. So let's hop into the Happy Hurleyman. There we go. Country radio, cockroach. Love to start my day listening to a good rendition of Cockroach. Yeah. Alright, now this thing is purely mechanical. You don't need to actually turn it on. In fact, you see that there's no PTO type of hookup at all. So, let's get ourselves lined up, because we all know Species couldn't drive a straight line if his life depended on it. And it actually happens. I'm still lined up from moments ago when I did this. Now let's head off. Now you'll notice it leaves a dark patch. Very, very much like a fertilizer would. But of course there's no fertilizer involved. Nothing. It's, The other unit, yep, it's got a big FERT tank sitting right there on top. This is not. This is supposedly, somehow, janking up the weeds. Yeah, I guess these are smart wheels. How they know the difference, I don't know. Other than, perhaps that statement really does mean this stage, the very first stage of growth, right? That I could understand. You know, if there was any weeds above the surface, they'd get Yanko plucked by the Yanko plucker machine that we're using. So, but I don't know that that's truly the case here. We'll see. As I said, I'm about to roast it up and down a field that does. In fact, the very first one we planted directly behind me. Once we're done this, of course. What else? Well, before I get to all the big announcements, let's do another little one. Take things in small doses. They don't like all pass out. I have made the missions now all the way up. I think last time I had made it as far as 11. Well, I'm now finished mission, or field, I should say, 24. So yeah, getting there. I believe there are 31 fields on this particular map. Again, don't quote me. I guess at some stuff, I make other stuff up. But yeah, I think there is 31 fields. 31, yeah, I don't see anything over 31, so don't have many left to go. You'll see I've only got 48k. Well, this weeder set us back a bit. I was hoping to have 125k come the end of the field missions, because that's the least amount of money I can buy a harvester for. Otherwise, we'll have to lease one. Now, either way, because we will have 3 fields to work, so it is going to pay. But I would have preferred to have actually simply bought one new. I didn't want to keep the one we had because it had 40-something hours on it. You know, which means the maintenance costs were, well, that 48k there would be considerably less by tomorrow, by about $2,000. And we can't afford to be spending too much money here. I would kind of like to ensure I could get my bank loan paid off in a very timely manner, if nothing else. Quite the slope on that part of the field. Interesting. Alright, and again, you can see that we have indeed achieved the 3rd layer of fertilization now. So it's quite a process. It is quite a process indeed. But Giants is trying to step up the realism a little bit, and kudos. You know, those of you that follow my channel know that it's one of the reasons I tend to lean towards smaller farms and such as maps. You're not just auto-doing everything, and it's a much more hands-on kind of a deal. Alrighty. Let's get you to drag yourself down that last row, shall we? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Alright, so let's get on to a little bit about the server. For those of you that watched the announcement video and have perhaps caught word of it through my other videos or TBF's videos, or indeed Mr. Eustace Farmer's videos, will realize that 3 Dudes Gaming has a server. And starting Sunday, all of you will be, well, possibly guests on that server. As of today, I have posted the rules and the way things work on our forums. There's a link below to 3 Dudes Gaming GN where you need to go to sign up. There's also a full explanation as to how it works, because we are in fact running a contest. Geez, I'm a better guess than the GPS was as to where the field starts. So that's going to kick off as of Friday. So if you are at all interested in coming onto the server, then by all means, log into the forums, read the post on the server and how the contest works, and then, well, follow the instructions to the very best of your abilities. And you should find yourself on the server. Have it set up so that the gear's there to use. The farm is wide open and ready to go. We have a few extra fields, etc. And you will earn wages every time you log in, every time you do a job. And those wages will go towards some other things, like more time on the server, that sort of thing. Alright, now, let's have a look. Okay, we'll notice we're now laying down our third layer. So, nice. Very, very nice. And I will do the same on the final field. And then dust kicker. Yeah, I'll bet he wanted to call it dust kicker. Okay then. So yeah, I will do the same on the field directly across from us, and we'll go from there. But this is the weeder. Like I said, it is an interesting fertilization step. Yeah, and I have absolutely no clue how it works. I mean, obviously you can look at it and figure out mechanically how it works, but on that field I fully understood it. Like I said, on this, how does it know that's not a weed? You know, and like that is, or you know, whatever that little bit of green there is. I don't know. I really don't know. You know, I would think that pretty much anything you planted, the initial sprouting phase would vary greatly. You know, like corn when it's 6 inches out of the ground doesn't look anything like this. You know, neither do sunflowers. Barley, yeah. Wheat, yeah. You know, canola, sure. But there are differences, you know. So I couldn't see how a generic tool would be able to tell between a freshly sprouting plant and a nasty dandelion. You know, because it's not chemically trying to herbicide things. It's not any of that. Well, I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying. Alright, but there you go. So yeah, I will finish this field, and we will do the one across there, and then we know that these fields are basically perfect. All that will be required is to advance time to harvest, which I'll do once I, you know, finished the other field. I'm also going to continue my quest to get all the way through all of the missions on this map, because wages paid on the server are going to be sort of figured out from what I can glean from putting together all the numbers and figures and stuff from the payments that I'm making here. So we'll see what it does. Anyways though, guys, that will be, as I said, the next time. I just wanted to get the little weeder up here and give you a little show of what it does. We will, like I said, at some point have a look at the other one. So, but until then, this has been Species 7 for Farming Simulator 17 here on Goldcrest Valley. Really hope you enjoyed the episode. I sure enjoyed making it for you guys. You know what to do. If you did like, there's a button down there. It's not a lot of work. If you haven't subscribed yet, well, good time to start. And, well, that, I guess, will do it. So, again, go check out the forums. Check out our new stuff, guys. Alright? Take care of each other, folks. Ciao for now.